We are Banca Ifis, a banking group leader in specialty finance focused on market segments with high growth and profitability. Banca Ifis has a unique business model characterized by flexibility, speed, innovation, and specialization. The strategy of the bank is focused on increasing its sustainable profit in order to further improve financial solidity, fund growth in business, and provide shareholders with attractive returns by distributing dividends. Banca Ifis has two main divisions, NPLs and commercial and corporate banking. On a normalized basis, each division may represent about 50% of total net banking income and net income. In the NPL, Banca Ifis is the market leader in unsecured small ticket, with a property database of over 1.4 million borrowers and a proprietary portfolio of 19.8 billion euros in terms of GBV and 1.4 billion in terms of NBV, as at the 31st of December 2020. In commercial and corporate banking, Banca Ifis has a dedicated service model and a full range of customized products for SMEs, including factoring, leasing, structured finance, lending to chemists, and lending guaranteed by the government. Banca Ifis is focused on profitable market niches that present significant barriers to entry and are not covered by large banks. All business units are profitable. Banca Ifis is 50.8% controlled by La Scogliera, the holding company of Banca Ifis' chairman and founder, Mr. Furstenberg. The remaining 49.2% is free float, with Italian and foreign institutional shareholders. The bank also has 1.1 billion euros bonds that are traded in the financial market. Now let's focus on NPLs. There are many different types of NPLs, secured and unsecured, small, medium and big tickets. Banca Ifis operates in small ticket unsecured and secured NPLs. The NPLs are represented by loans to retails and small corporations. The debtors of Banca Ifis are usually physical persons or partnerships. The average NPL ticket is circa 10,000 euros, and tickets are usually below 150,000 euros. Banca Ifis' strategy is to offer borrowers long-term sustainable voluntary recovery plans as an alternative to immediate cash repayment. The repayment is usually guaranteed by the salary or the real estate of the debtor. Banca Ifis has a sound track record in unsecured NPLs. A proprietary database with 1.4 million borrowers is a key competitive advantage. It classifies the borrowers by cluster in terms of type, location, age, amount due, employment status, time frame of recovery. We can precisely estimate the recovery time frame for the 130 courts in Italy and for each NPL cluster. In the last few years, cash repayments have been constantly growing. Historical track records have proved that cash repayments have grown beyond internal model estimates. In 2020, cash recovery was stable versus 2019 despite the COVID-19 pandemic. Historical track records prove that cash repayments were growing and greater than internal model estimates. Following the acquisition of an NPL, debtor data and documentation are automatically loaded into Banca Ifis' system. This process is automatically performed by digital software that archives key data and classifies the NPL by cluster. The bank performs research to identify debtors that are employed or that own real estate properties. Banca Ifis usually offers debtors voluntary payment before starting legal actions. Should this fail, Banca Ifis starts legal actions. Legal actions on average last 2 to 3 years and are carried out by 40 internal lawyers and 100 external lawyers, coordinated by Banca Ifis. In the last 5 years, Banca Ifis has streamlined its legal process, reducing the time frame to prepare legal documents to a record low. For example, preparation of an issuance of order to pay, decreto ingiuntivo, in 20 minutes. Once the legal process has been completed, the judge issues an order of assignments and rules the payment of 1/5 of the salary in favour of Banca Ifis. If debtors own real estate properties, the bank may start legal proceedings to seize and sell the real estate assets through auctions. In both cases, legal costs are charged to the debtors. The extrajudicial workout is carried out by an internal call centre, about 100 FTE, internal collection agents, about 120 FTE, and 45 third-party collection agencies. These collection networks consist of trained staff working according to an incentive-based performance system using modern technology. The voluntary repayment includes one-off repayments or sustainable cash yields agreed upon with the debtor. Banca Ifis has a strong know-how in the purchase and recovery of NPL portfolios. We will continue acquiring and investing in NPLs. We aim to progressively broaden the purchasing of secured NPLs through the potential hiring of professionals in secured NPLs. Investing in digitalization and IT areas is a priority for Banca Ifis in order to streamline the recovery process. Now let's focus on commercial and corporate banking. Banca Ifis focuses on SMEs with a dedicated service model and a full range of customized products. We operate in profitable market niches that are not well covered by large banks, leveraging on our flexibility, speed, and innovation. The investments in digitalization and IT areas are a priority for Banca Ifis in order to streamline and automate customer management and back office for commercial and corporate banking customers. The new online hub will serve as a main contact point for all customers' activities, monitoring all the credit processes, approval, granting reimbursement of loans, the uploading of documents, archiving of documentation, and requests for new loans and services. Banca Ifis may also use the new online hub to offer its customers products and services, also through specific marketing campaigns. On the 31st of December 2020, factoring had circa €2.9 billion loans. The acquisition of loans to NHS and public administration about €0.6 billion, the asset quality risk is limited, while there are uncertainties on the time frame of payment. We have €2.3 billion factoring to SMEs and 9,000 clients. The average maturity of the factoring is circa 4 months. The average ticket is about €300,000. The business is well diversified by client and sector. Banca Ifis buys the credit that small or micro companies that are usually unrated have given to medium or large corporations with a much better credit rating. As an example, the small cleaning company providing cleaning services to a large supermarket chain, which requires a cash advantage to pay its employees. This cleaning company may struggle to get financing from traditional banks, while Banca Ifis may advance the loan to the large supermarket chain, providing the small company with immediate cash. Time to cash, specialization, and speed of execution in this niche market allows Banca Ifis to achieve above-average returns. Banca Ifis has about €1.4 billion leasing, with about 15,000 SMEs and 55,000 VAT clients. The average maturity of the leasing is about 4 years. The average ticket is about €30,000. The business is well diversified by client and sector. The leasing is circa 55% car, 25% equipment, and 20% technology and computer. We do not perform real estate leasing. We are at the forefront in innovation with targeted campaigns on hybrid and electric cars, new medical equipment, full service rental, new insurance coverage, and high added value services for customers. Specialization and time to cash are key competitive advantages that allow us to achieve above-market returns. Banca Ifis' rental business is focused on technology and specialized equipment, with automatic scoring for all requests and time to cash at the top of the market. The rental is profitable, has low capital absorption, and offers attractive growth potential. We have third-party contracts for the remarketing of returned leasing or rentals, providing clear recovery estimates and a floor to potential asset quality losses. We automatically resell repossessed assets at fixed prices. Corporate banking includes structured finance, lending guaranteed by MCC, lending to chemists, and other lending. As of the 31st of December 2020, it had circa €1.7 billion customer loans. About €0.6 billion structured finance split in 55 positions in defensive sectors. Banca Ifis has a good track record with no significant defaults in the last 10 years. About €0.4 billion in lending to SMEs, 80% guaranteed by MCC, and about €0.7 billion loans to chemists, mainly of Far Banca. GNS includes proprietary portfolio, treasury, and funding. The non-core portfolio includes €0.3 billion ex-interbanker performing loans in run-off. In 2020, net income was impacted by COVID-19 and one-offs. We look at 2019 to provide a more normalised net income contribution by division. In 2019, net income was 50% generated by NPLs, 25% by factoring, 13% by leasing, 8% by corporate banking, and 3% by G&S and non-core. As of 31st of December 2020, total assets included €6 billion factoring, leasing and commercial banking loans, €1.4 billion NPLs, €1.8 billion short-term government bonds, €1.1 billion loans to banks, and €1.7 billion other assets. As of 31st of December 2020, funding included €5.5 billion deposit base, which historically has proven to be resilient, €1.1 billion bonds, of which €0.4 billion subordinated bonds, €1 billion factoring securitization, €2 billion TLTRO expiring in 2023 out of a maximum capacity of €2.8 billion, €0.4 billion of other funding. There were €1.5 billion shareholders' equity and €0.6 billion of other liabilities. As of the 31st of December 2020, CET1 11.29%, well above SREP of 8.12%. The 11.29% is calculated net of 2019 dividends of €1.1 per share, booked as debt to shareholders, and 2020 dividends of 0.47 to be proposed to the AGM, scheduled on the 22nd of April 2021. The application of the CRD4 envisages that 49.2% of the excess capital of the Banca Ifis is not included in the CET1 of La Scogliera. As a result, circa €0.4 billion are not included in CET1. As a result, the CET1 of La Scogliera is 11.29%, while the CET1 of the bank is circa 400 BPS higher, 15.47%. This is Banca Ifis, a unique and resilient business model characterized by flexibility, speed, innovation, and specialization. The bank will continue to invest and grow mainly in these NPL and factoring, which represent its historical core business and ensure an excellent level of diversification in profit generation. We want to increase our sustainable profit in order to fund growth in business and provide shareholders with attractive dividends.